What's going on? What's going on, my babies? Welcome back to another episode of The Spiritual Word. As always, I apologize for any noises in the background in advance and anything of that nature. And as always, I like to start these off with a disclaimer by stating that these are for entertainment purposes only. Always do your own research to come to your own conclusions, to make your own decisions, to have your own answers. And I believe in your ability to do so as you've exercised your free will by clicking on today's episode. So let's get into today's episode. And also, if you are into psychology, self-help, spirituality, science, I don't know what the last one is. Religion? Philosophy? Oh, it's philosophy. Then I recommend subbing or following. Whatever platform you're finding me on, I have an audio version of this podcast anywhere you can find podcasts. And I have a video version of this on YouTube. They're both named The Spiritual Word. I upload Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Mountain Time, except for the last week of every month, because that's my recharge week. So with that being said, let's jump into the last and final part 3 to this series that I'm trying to make, which is basically conceptualizing your divinity. So recognize that you are the divine spark. That's what I was talking about in the last episode. You are the divine spark. You are the idea. And this episode's just going to be kind of short just because I want to make it very simple, very clear, very concise. And if you don't get it, you will get it through repetition. So if you don't get it the first couple times that you watch this one, go back and watch part 1, part 2, and then this one again. And then do that again if you still don't understand. Or just watch these and then go do research. Go study philosophy, study science, study the consciousness, or whatever the case is for you. So we are consciousness. We are everything all at once. And when I say consciousness, I don't mean that in the form that I am the only thing that's conscious here. Prove to me that you're conscious. I don't mean that. I mean consciousness as in the vibrating pieces of matter that exists in the abyss of nothing. The planet is God. I am God. This hat is God, if you believe in the concept of God. And in the Bible it says, in the beginning there was a word, and the word was God. That shit's profound. That shit's profound as fuck. But basically, it's talking about the conception of consciousness. Consciousness had to be aware. Consciousness had to be conscious. So that it could conceive a God. So consciousness is God. And we are God. And all of the things that we create in this experience is God. And this experience is God. There's nothing other than God itself. It's like if I put you and me in one room and I jump up and down, or if you walk side to side, we're never not going to be in the same room. Although you could argue that we're in a different space. Right? Maybe you create this illusion of we separate the room into 2 separate rooms by putting up a wall of books. Or by putting up a shelf and then covering it with blankets. So it's like a makeshift wall. Now we're in 2 separate rooms, right? No. It's the same room. We're all conscious. We are all in consciousness. We are all the ocean. We're just little raindrops. We're just little pieces of it. But the fact of the matter is that we're all water. Even in the ocean. Even the ocean itself. Right? When we think of God, we don't think of God as consciousness, because a lot of people have this misconception that God is this external being. It's a being that created us. It's this magic human thing, or maybe you don't even think that God looks like a human. It's this magical creature that created us. But it's not that at all. It's the consciousness that created God. And consciousness is God to begin with. And consciousness created the idea of a God. I'm not going to sit here and deny the fact that. But God is not this external, magical being with all these superpowers. It is simply consciousness. And it is a vibration that you can get onto. Because consciousness is constantly there if you're willing to tap into that. And it's excited for you to meet itself. It's everything all at once, which is extremely hard for us to grasp because we're human and we're, kind of susceptible to the ideas of other people. We're susceptible to the idea of this reality, and we're not really keen on using our own sense of direction. Most people will use another person as a guidance rather than to guide themselves. And if a blind is following a blind person, where are they really going? That saying when people are like, if the blind follow the blind, or if the blind are leading the blind, where are they really going? You are the guidance that you need because you are God. You are the conception of the concept. The concept is the category. You're just a little piece of the category. I'm just a human. A human is just a category of species, of an animal. I'm just a human. You know what I mean? But also don't let that, stop you from reaching your fullest potential of seeing yourself in the light of consciousness because you are God. Because you're animated. I'm a human, yeah, but my mind is God. And God needed a way to look at itself because God thought that that would be fun. I thought that it would be fun. I am God. I am everything. My mind is God. My mind is everything. My mind is made out of matter. You know what my headphones are made out of? Also matter. My headphones are also, we could argue that my headphones are really made of nothing. And that it's all a hologram. And who's projecting this hologram? My mind. My mind is God. We are God. We are one. Get into the idea of unity because I feel like that will be the most helpful thing for you to do with the next episodes that I'm going to be uploading. So if you're not already a sub, or if you're not already following my podcast, I recommend doing so because I talk about spiritual things and we can grow together. And so with that being said, thanks for tuning in and tapping in. I'm going to end this here just because I feel like this is the most easy thing that I can do to conclude the episode just by telling you that, you are consciousness, therefore you're God, and consciousness is everything, therefore everything is God. And the unity is what creates, the ability to remove the barriers that life puts, which are not real. So with that being said, thanks for tuning in and tapping in. It's been The Spiritual Word. I'm your host, Jackie. I upload Monday through Friday, like I said, at 8 p.m. Mountain Time, sometimes earlier, sometimes later. I'm not even going to kizap, but I do upload Monday through Friday. I'll give you, that. So, with that being said, I think that's it. I think that's everything that I had to say. Yeah. I think so. So, with that being said, thanks for tuning in and tapping in. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.